The North Branford Water Pollution Control Authority and Town Council meeting is called to order at 7:05 p.m. We'll start with a salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Viglione,
here.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Here.
Councilor Angeloni, Councilor Diamond,
Here.
Councilor Judy,
Here.
Councilor Fawnin,
Here.
Councilor Goad,
Here.
Councilor Paternoster,
Here.
Councilor Policia.
Here.
Okay, minutes, previous meeting.
I make a motion to approve the October 15th, 2019 Water Pollution Control and Town Council minutes.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Councilor Diamond,
Yes.
Councilor Judy,
Yes.
Councilor Fawnin,
Yes.
Councilor Goad,
Yes.
Councilor Paternoster,
Abstain.
and Councilor Policia.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the November 19th, 2019 Water Pollution Control and Town Council meeting.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mayor Viglione.
They were in the packet.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Councilor Diamond,
Yes.
Councilor Judy,
Yes.
Councilor Fawnin,
Yes.
Councilor Goad,
Yes.
Councilor Paternoster,
Yes.
Councilor Policia.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move into the Water Pollution Control Authority agenda. Correspondence and citizen statements. None. Unfinished business. None. New business, discussion and action.
Good evening. This item is on basically for information only, tonight's meeting. I anticipate it will come back before you in the next month or so for further discussion. But I just want to give you the highlights of sort of, what's happening in the status. The Regional Water Authority, their filtration plant discharges into our sanitary sewer system. Basically, and the amount of flow that's discharged in the system is per an agreement between the town, WPCA, and the Regional Water Authority. The Water Authority, looking at their process and look at their numbers, they realize they've exceeded their allocated flow amounts in the agreement that they entered into with the town. And they're trying to analyze what happened or why they've exceeded the flows and what may be causing it. They think it may be a problem partially due to a blockage or sediment buildup in the weir, which is part of the meter. It may be they may be having a treatment process problem that's resulted in higher flows. So basically, included with my memorandum is their email, and they're basically saying they'd like to look at what the situation is, evaluate what's causing the flow readings to be higher, and come back and possibly come back to the town requesting possibly additional flows in the future in a 6-month period. That's what they said in their memorandum. I had a recent conversation with them. They'd probably like to be coming back to us actually earlier than that, and they try to probably in the meeting in January discuss potentially increasing their flow allocation to the sanitary sewer system. It has implications. We have to look at in terms of what capacity we have into the East Haven system. There's payments they would have to make to us to temporarily have the right to discharge to the sanitary sewer system those higher flows. Again, all that has to be looked at based upon what number they come up with, what flows they may be looking to increase their discharge from and to.
Kurt, didn't this come up
That was,
last year? or the
yeah,
year
that
before?
was the spring, we finished that, and they were looking for a higher number, and they backed off that, and went with the number that had been pretty much in place for about 20 years or so. But something happened in the process, and they're trying to evaluate that. Again, they need Greater New Haven WPCA approval, final approval, because they monitor everything that comes from our system, goes into the Greater New Haven system, and DEP monitors as well. So they're trying to figure out what's causing the higher readings and see if they need to ultimately request a higher discharge flow from the town.
I'm just curious, what do they discharge? They take water out of the lake and they sell it. What else do they
It's an
discharge?
the alum sludge treatment system is part of the filtration process. They set a lot of that out, but they actually decant some of the water that goes into the sanitary sewer system. They've gone through a lot in terms of changes over the years with their filtration plant. They used to discharge, originally, I believe in the 80s, they discharged everything directly into the sanitary sewer lines from the treatment process, and it backed up in our lines. It caused problems in the Greater New Haven WPCA. They removed it, put it in sludge lagoons, and treated it that way. They had some problems with that, and right now they're sort of in a half and half type of situation where the solids are taken out, but some of the water, which contains some solids, is put back into the sanitary sewer system.
Okay.
But that's something, I just want to give you the heads up. It'll probably be, based on my last conversation with someone from the Water Authority today, it'll probably be on the January meeting for.
Any idea what the percentage they're increasing?
It may be-
5, 10, 15?
It may be double what they've been authorized. That's what they may ask for. Not on a regular basis, but they might have a spike now and then, and they have to be authorized for that maximum flow. But I'll know better probably in the next week or two.
We know what's their rate now, discharge, gallons?
They were approved for 55,000 gallons per day discharged in the sanitary sewer system.
Now they're doubling that?
And they've had periods where they've been high, because they sent me the flow data. Currently, they're doing pretty good. But they have to evaluate their system, so they have to prepare for the worst.
So they're paying the percentage on that higher?
They've paid for the capacity on the agreed-upon rate. We have to look at that, because they've exceeded that. They pay for usage based upon the actual numbers that go in the system. So that's not an issue, because we
Okay.
capture that. But it's the right to be able to discharge a higher rate, which is similar to an assessment, and they have a payment in lieu of an assessment for that. That would change, depending on what they're looking at. And again, we have to look at downstream capacity to make sure that we don't cut anybody out. Right now, I don't think there's going to be any problem for the short-term window. It's the long-term window that we have to look at.
Do we take them at their word as far as the flow, or is there somebody else that we could compare it to?
They have a meter that's calibrated, and to get a higher flow reading, the calibration measures the water level. If you have a bunch of sediment buildup, that could, in the bottom of the weir, that can give a false higher reading. It may be accurate, but it's a false reading, and that may be part of their problem.
But there's nobody else measuring it, not the town, not DEP?
No, they have a
nothing like
meter
that.
there. It gets calibrated. They have an independent calibration done periodically. So,
It's an electronic meter, right, that comes into,
it's an electronic meter that records the flows on a daily basis.
and who monitors that?
They do. They have somebody. They send me a report. We've periodically gone over there over the years to verify it. again, that'll be at your next I anticipate your next WPCA meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt.
Okay, citizen statements and petitions, anything? No, all right, we'll move into the regular town council meeting. Reports of committees, boards, and commissions. Economic Development Commission, I believe that's Rose.
Yeah, their meeting was canceled last night. There was, due to the weather event, so they're gonna try and reschedule for next Monday, so nothing to report.
Okay. Parks and Rec, that's Rose also.
They're meeting, special meeting, Wednesday. In fact, I'll start with the group at the workshop scheduled for 6, and then I'll have to, take off to, attend the 7 o'clock special meeting for rec.
Okay. Police Commission,
Police Commission had a special meeting last night. There were quite a few things on the agenda. The Police Commission will continue to work on information for the town council in terms of the police facility, for some of the things that people were asking. The lieutenant interviews will take place this week, actually tomorrow night. The chief has updated the dispatcher job description. I think it's in our packet tonight to approve. It's been approved by the commission. It's also been looked at, or is going to be looked at, by the ASME union rep and by the local president of the ASME.
Marie, that's the new one?
That's a new one.
Okay.
And actually, what the chief said, the last time this job description was updated was in the early 90s, so
Mhm.
obviously it needed a lot of work, and I think he pointed out in your handout where he made the changes. There's an issue about the DARE car. The DARE, as you know, I think everybody knows, we haven't really had the DARE program for a number of years, and the chief would like to have first the commission and then the town council, because it is town property, consider returning the DARE car and the trailer to the Connecticut Hot Rod Association. I guess that's where it came
Mhm.
from. Commission did vote last night to make that approval, but it will have to come to the town hall because, correct, because it's town property.
Town manager.
The town manager doesn't have to go to the council? Oh, okay. All I know is that, we haven't, it takes up space and it takes up room where, right now they have enough problems with storage and whatever, and it's just taking up room that could be used for other things. And it obviously isn't being used. The other thing that came up is that many of the policies for the police department are out of date. And the chief is working diligently on replacing those, because he really has an effort, he wants to move towards state accreditation, and they're not gonna be able to do that unless we update all of our policies. So last night, the commission approved the arrest and alternatives general order. Every month it appears that he's had a couple of them for the commission to approve. And the last item that is of concern is the driveway gate is not working. I guess Franny and the police chief and a few other people tried to fix it, and it just can't be fixed. I guess he called the fence company to put it in, and I guess they're not responding, or they couldn't fix it. So they are gonna find another company to do that, because it isn't a serious problem. If you don't have that gate to keep things in, keep people out, it's very important for them. So, as I said, the next meeting of the police commission will be tomorrow night, when they're going to have interviews for a lieutenant position. Thank you.
Was there anything?
Pretty much covered it all.
Okay, thank you, guys. Fire Commission is next. The next meeting is Thursday, this coming Thursday. All right, Board of Education and
Mr.
town.
Mayor, could I just say something? We are
Yeah, sure.
on fire. The fire marshal came to see me, based on some calls, some of you may have heard about the incident over the weekend, and I just think it shouldn't go without saying that the fire department made a great save in terms of an 83-year-old woman resident who was revived and saved on that. And I think that should be publicly acknowledged, that they had 2 calls, and certainly a life-saving call merits a certain acknowledgement, I would believe. And I think,
I understand there was 2.
yeah,
This last fire
2
and the
fires,
fire
right.
before 2.
yeah.
Yeah, and the guys did a great job from what I heard. I don't know if anybody wants to say anything about it. Bob, you have any? Anthony?
None.
Okay,
It's a great job.
Great job,
yeah.
absolutely.
What did they do?
Well, they responded to a what
House
was
fi-
the-
house fire in
House-
Village Street.
House fire, yeah, and woman was unresponsive, smoke inhalation, and they revived her and brought her back.
They found her in the basement, right, Anthony? Basement.
Lower level of break range.
It's my
They
understanding
revived
that
her.
one of the firemen went into without a hose line
Hmm.
and was able to find her, and they passed her out through a window, which is quite heroic and,
Absolutely.
putting his safety and life in jeopardy. So I hope that at some point we acknowledge that and maybe have them before us, and maybe we can give them something, because that was very good job on his part.
Yeah, I agree. Let me talk to the town. Mike, I'll talk to you about it, and
Yep.
maybe we can do something. That would be
Absolutely.
great.
Thank you.
Okay. Board of Education, Town Council Communications Subcommittee,
That's
Nothing.
Rose.
Rose. Okay, we'll move on. Town Planning Goals Subcommittee,
No meeting.
no meeting. Planning and Zoning Commission,
No report.
North Branford Police Department Facility and Town Center Advisory Committee.
That committee meeting will take place next Wednesday, the 11th, at 7 PM.
Okay. Finance Subcommittee,
Yeah, the consensus seems to be the 17th for their next meeting.
okay. And the Blight Subcommittee,
Nothing to report, I don't think they've met.
okay. All right, we'll move into the Town Manager's Report, 2019 Road Improvement Program Report.
Yeah, I thought it would be helpful, Kurt had submitted a report on the roads that, I think you should have some data in front of you to know how we closed the year with almost or over 15.5 miles of road with paving and chip sealing and road leveling and crack sealing. In addition to that, 100 catch basins and 1,000 feet of curb repair. So overall, I think it's a pretty good year that for road improvements, and hope to continue to do that level of performance with necessary funds that we have. But I think it's important to show the progress we're making on a yearly basis. Not always about how we did a few years ago with the $5 million bond that we did in the what's called the Birdland area of Blue Jay and so forth. But we continue to chip away, if you will, at fixing and repairing. So it just kind of I know maybe it doesn't sound like a lot, but 15.5 miles is significant.
It was a very busy year.
Okay, thank you. Next is community events and presentations. Nothing?
I just
Okay.
tree lighting on the Friday. Yeah.
What time is that, Anthony?
Leave Santa arrives around 6:30, 7 o'clock,
Okay,
Water Field. And then the following Saturday, Santa arrives at Smith Library about 9:30 in the morning.
good, okay, great. There's refreshments there at the tree lighting? Did I hear that right?
Refreshments are provided by the Rotary Club. There's also a couple food trucks they have. They have roast marshmallows. Mr. Potter does hay rides for the kids. It's a nice event.
Okay. All right, thank you. Citizen statements and petitions and correspondence. Nothing. All right, we'll move into resignations and appointments.
I have two add-ons to that.
All right.
L is motion to put Thomas Zampano on as alternate to the pension committee. And N, or we could, I should say I make a motion to add M, which is Thomas Zampano as an alternate to the pension committee.
Second.
Okay, Mike, I missed something. L was what? L was Tom?
L is Thomas Zampano as an alternate to the pension committee. I made a motion.
Okay,
Walter seconded it.
okay,
You
Any
originally said
discussion?
M, that's what threw it off, I think.
Yeah, I said I have L and M.
Oh, okay.
I did L first.
Gotcha.
So just to help, if I can, Jessica, so actually it's be a motion to amend the agenda to add item L, Tom Zampano, as altered to pension.
Yes.
Correct?
Okay. Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Abstain?
Counselor Diamond,
Yes?
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goad,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
And M is a motion to put Victor P. DeAndrea as an alternate to the Town Center Advisory Committee. North Branford Police Facility 2. And that's to replace an alternate member that was on there. That's no longer there. So that
You need
was
a
my
motion?
That was my motion.
I'll second
Okay.
it.
Discussion?
I'm sorry, could you just repeat? It's a little hard to hear
Yeah.
down here in the cheap seats.
Oh, well, my speaker's not working too good here. It's a motion to put Victor P. DeAndrea on as an alternate to the Town Center and Police Department Advisory Committee.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's to amend the agenda.
So it's a motion to amend the agenda.
Right.
Discussion? Roll call.
Discussion? Nothing. Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goad,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Okay, you're all set.
Okay. Resignations and appointments. First one is the appointment of Marie Diamond as liaison to Police Commission.
So moved.
Discussion?
Needs a second.
I'll second it.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Abstain?
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goad,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
All right. The next appointment is appointment of Counselor Walter Goad as liaison to the Police Commission also.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call. Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goad,
Abstain?
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
All right, we're going to, we're gonna skip C. There's something I have to discuss with the attorney about this. So I'm just gonna skip it and we're gonna go to D. That's the appointment of Counselor Ron Pelisi as liaison to Fire Commission.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goad,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Abstain.
Next is appointment of Counselor Rose Angeloni as liaison to Parks and Rec Commission.
So moved?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
All right, next is appointment of Rose Angeloni, Counselor Rose Angeloni as liaison to Economic Development Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Next is appointment of Deputy Mayor Zampano as liaison to Planning and Zoning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Abstain.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Next is appointment of Officer Robert Stimson to the Pension Committee with a term to expire 12/1/2021.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Abstain.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Next is appointment of Counselor Joseph Warren to the Pension Committee with a term to expire on 12/1/2021.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Abstain.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Next is appointment of Counselor Rose Angeloni to the Pension Committee with a term to expire on 12/1/2021.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
All right, next we have appointment of Alfred Rose to the North Branford Police Department Facility and Town Center Advisory Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
All right, let me
next-
see if I can get this right.
I'll
Next-
get it. I'll get it for you. Next is appointment of Counselor Thomas Zampano to the Pension Committee to serve as an alternate with a term to expire 12/1/2021.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Abstain.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Do the
Take it
next
again?
one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next is appointment of Victor Pediandria to the North Branford Police Department Facility and Town Center Advisory Committee as an alternate member.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Palacio.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move into unfinished business, discussion and action, future budget planning initiative.
Nothing for item A.
Okay, next is update on 944 Totucket Road remediation.
No real change since the last meeting. Basic work has been done, the grading, the seeding, and the like, the majority of the site. What's remaining is some stockpiles and debris piles that have to be removed from the site. We've gone over it with the property owner. He was working on it as of last week, and hopefully he continues to work on it and wrap it up in the very near future. And as soon as that's done, we can put it back to the town council.
Were they able to get in that seed to sprout or not?
They got the basin.
Okay.
Yeah, that all sprouted, that's all started. There's a stockpile area, they're gonna have to remove the stock, the material.
Seeded
from.
in the spring.
Yeah. Final stuff. Okay, thank you.
No park benches for fishing or anything like
I wasn't that deep there yet.
that? Oh, okay. Figure Cliff gets some money out of that.
Okay, on the new business, discussion and action. Review and approval of revised job description for dispatcher position.
Yes, as Counselor Diamond had indicated, Chief and I have been working on a job description that hasn't been updated since 1999. It's dispatcher Diane Ramsey is retiring in January, so trying to get ahead and get prepared for it. So the first order of business is, before we can do a posting, is to have this updated, and so the updates are highlighted in yellow. We follow the same format, and so the new language is where the additional preferred qualifications also highlighted in yellow, but pretty much kept the same standard format, with the chief adding the necessary upgrades like NCIC Collect and Pro QA and things of that nature that didn't exist, or maybe did exist, but in different forms in 1999. So this is up to date and ready for your approval, and a simple motion to approve would be fine. There's no prepared motion, it'd just be a simple.
I'll move to approve the job description of the public safety dispatcher for the town of North Branford.
Second?
Discussion.
The only question I'd have is, can we actually fill the job with these qualifications?
Yes. Yeah, I anticipate, yes. Only I say that because there are per diem personnel in place now that are fulfilling that role and are looking to step into a full-time position.
Okay, and the additional preferred qualifications,
Well,
those,
that's
that's
just.
like a wish list, but
Yes,
not a
so-
requirement.
Exactly, yep.
Okay, you can find these people, great.
Okay, next is review. Oh, we need a motion, right?
There
I made
was
the
a
motion, it was seconded it.
Marie
Okay,
second.
discussion. Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Judy,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goad,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Palacio.
Yes.
Okay, next is review and approval of anti-harassment policy.
Yeah, typically, or formally referred to as a sexual harassment policy, now upgraded to include or renamed anti-harassment policy,
Politically correct.
outlined here for you in draft form, for your review and approval. First step in a number of changes I hope to make within respect to policy adjustments and policy review and revised policy updates. So this comes on the heels of the state of Connecticut approving new law requiring employers to notify and train all employees, not just management level. For us, management level, we now have to do all employees. So I'm working with the town attorney's firm and Courtney George, and getting her scheduled to come in to do the training necessary. And I'd like to start with the policy upgrade first. and it's pretty broad to include not just sexual harassment, but sexual orientation, gender identity, retaliation, and also the sample that we have in the back there, it's not a sample, the appendix to the policy and resources for CHRO and so forth. So long overdue, but finally here, and I hope that you'll adopt that and we can move forward.
So if we just say anti-harassment policy.
Yeah, simple
it'll
motion
cover it.
to approve.
I'll move to approve the
As
proposed confidential draft for a Town of North Branford anti-harassment policy to be put in effect
I'll second that.
as of today.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I just want to be clear, maybe it was said and I didn't hear it. This has been reviewed and approved by the town council's office?
Yes.
Okay. Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes?
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Next is appropriation transfers 2018, 2019.
I don't get a vote on that one?
oh, did I, I'm so sorry, Counselor
Thank you.
Felicia.
Yes.
You're right.
Thank you.
Next is appropriation transfers 2018, 2019.
This is basically towards the end of the 18-19 fiscal year. There's one last appropriation transfer. The $25,000 general fund puts into the self-insurance reserve for the deductibles on automobile claims or other litigation claims.
Falling apart, Mike.
Yeah.
The first, in the case of our litigation claims, typically the first $5,000 or $10,000 is out of our pocket. So this money goes into that reserve to pay that first deductible piece of it.
Thank you, Anthony. Next is citizen statements and
We need a
petitions.
motion.
Gotta move on.
Oh, all right, okay.
Want to make it?
Did you I'll make the you want to make the motion, Jeff?
Move to approve the appropriation transfers outlined by the Director of Finance in the amount of $25,000.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Viglione,
Yes?
Deputy Mayor Zampiano,
Yes.
Counselor Diamond,
Yes.
Counselor Duty,
Yes.
Counselor Fawnin,
Yes.
Counselor Goode,
Yes.
Counselor Paternoster,
Yes.
Counselor Felicia.
Yes.
Next is citizen statements and petitions.
Scott was here, I'm gonna need a step ladder. We're coming into New Year with a new council, and I noticed this year that a lot of commissions and boards, we have the paper copy, and it seemed a lot of them came with their own agenda to a lot of the meetings. I won't name the commissions, but there were some straw polls taken before official votes were taken, and then the official votes were taken. I just think we really need to tighten up how these commissions operate. If there were some serious decisions made and somebody wanted to challenge them, I think they'd have a pretty good fight. And I'd like to see what you call this, what you did with the rec commission. I guess you kept them up late one night, but when they came out of that meeting, I guess they knew what was black and white on the paper. And I think all these commissions, you've got over-informed participants inducing intelligence where it's not needed. Is that a polite way to say it? Really, it's comical, but yet when you watch it on the Totaka TV, it's almost like it shouldn't be comical. It should be done seriously. And I just feel that quality of doing the job has been missing. Some of the things that were done in town were done well, and some people really had to fight tooth and nail to get what they should have been treated more fairly to get. We're coming into a new year. You guys are new council. Some of these commissions haven't changed members, but I think it's time to clean up our own household of the way we do business in town. It's really sad to see on TV, and I'm sure if anybody else looked, you could see, it's just, they become lax, not intentionally. They still think they're doing what the town needs. But I could question the procedures of the way they're doing things sometimes. And now that we've got the cable TV, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So I think as we go into the new year, and you know I'm gonna harp on you about stuffing dollar bills behind the bricks and BIS. We gotta get rid of this refurb as new, because the only thing you're doing is put new dollar bills back into the building. It doesn't work. It should almost be like a policy. It has to be the last resort before you refurb as new. I mean, for instance, if you try to refurb as new the police station, now you'd have to rent a police station, leave them where they are, and build them a new one. Build it once, build it right, build it to code, build it expensively, yes. But I'm not gonna be back here in 4 years saying, what are we putting more money in this new building for? Because NBIS is an embarrassment. And if we didn't learn from that, I guess we didn't learn anything. So again, welcome to a new year. We'll start fresh, but I think we have to really tighten up the way we do business in town. Thank you.
To address your concern, we're having a training session for council members and boards and commissions tomorrow night. Given by our town attorney's firm.
Yeah.
To basically tell everybody how to run a meeting.
Yes.
What FOI is and what we have to do to properly behave.
You're right. They just need a little bit of house cleaning. Is that a good word to use? And because a lot of people have been on these commissions a long time and they've become lax.
So you can't say we don't listen to you, Kirk.
Oh, you listen. I know. I mean, it took 20 years, but you'd listen. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Bill Savastano, Sunnyside Drive. And where is that meeting tomorrow? At here? 6 o'clock?
Yes.
6.
6 to 8,
Yeah. In reference to something earlier, first of all, in reference to what Cliff just said, and for the benefit of the new councilors here, and I've been saying this a while back, I think all the commissions ought to be videotaped. There's no reason why, in this day and age, we know the minutes don't reflect everything that was said. So if you have to go by that, it's the videotape. They should do all meetings should be taped. In reference to what the RWA, the early part of the evening here, I'm not sure if I heard it right. Was that, were you talking about Tilcon discharging?
No, Regional Water Authority.
Regional Water Authority. And the reason I say that is because there was quite a discussion at the, and I didn't catch it all, it's on videotape. At the Inlands and Wetlands meeting, there was some upset, concerned citizens in the last meeting about the water being discharged into the lake over here. Anyway, the other thing that caught my eye, and since we're getting out early tonight, Mr. Forner had mentioned something at the forum that really made an impact on me in reference to our water authority, how they own 35% of this town. Is that right, Joe?
Just about.
Yeah. And maybe going forward, as far as you know, we need to increase our tax base. Maybe there can be some sort of a committee or something set up to see what we can put the squeeze on the water company for.
We did that.
That's
They
been
took us
addressed.
to court and we settled.
We set up-
I think we squeezed.
Yeah.
That was recently?
They've been squoze.
3 years.
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, time to go again. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's gonna be up first.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Is that good?